Survivor Lost Creek, another very fun season that we did. Lost Creek, we only have 2 people coming back from Lost Creek, and that's due most of the part that didn't work out with Shawnee and Chelsea. But we have 2 people that I think fans are going to be happy that are back. We have Darren coming back, and Darren had a huge impact on Heiko Reality Survivor as a whole. He is the youngest player to have ever played the game. I mean, he's older now than some contestants in the game, but when he played, he was had only completed his freshman year of high school. So Darren, he really paved the way that you don't have to be done with high school to succeed at this game.
So the first time I played this game I was 15 years old, and now I'm nearly 19 years old, so I still feel like I'm a high school student, but I mean I've continued to watch Survivor, I've continued to be a huge fan, so for me it's very exciting to be back here, and I know I have to play a better game, I know I have to play a more social game, a sneakier game, if I want to get far in this game, and I think that I have what it takes to do that.
Because I think Darren's coming into the game in a very good position. He can work with just about anyone. You know, he's played with these older contestants. He's the same age as the younger contestants. But if he talks too much and doesn't just shut up and just let things happen, he could be an easy target. But if he can take a step back and work with everyone, then he very well could be sitting there in the end.
I'm going to play a very heartless game this time. It sounds terrible, but I think last time I let my heart make some decisions like keeping Bryson way too long. So this time I really could care less who goes. I have one alliance, and that's myself.
The other contestant from Survivor Lost Creek is the guy who took Darren out, Bryce.
I'm going to school right now for chemistry and I guess fine arts. Other than that, I've just been enjoying myself, seeing new things, stuff.
Bryce is probably the biggest wild card going into this game for me because he's only coming in with one other person from the season, and that's the person he turned on. He is older than all the high school kids, not really in the same clique as the older old school players.
With everyone being an all-star, that's kind of a little bit nerve-wracking because everyone knows what to expect. They're not as lost in the woods, and especially when you got people whose seasons they're like half their players are from the season. So like I only have one person I know and everyone else is like at least already knows what to expect from some people.
So what Bryce is going to do and who Bryce is going to be with is really up in the air at this point. So that could really work towards his advantage, that people aren't going to target Bryce because he's part of a larger clique or because he has a close alliance. On the other hand, he could be an easy first target because no one's going to have Bryce's back. Survivor 3, Survivor Beartooth Mountains, high schoolers versus collegiates. We have one member representing our collegiate tribe, and that was a contestant who, even though she was only in the game for about 5 episodes, made a big impact on the game, and that's Shandy.
My name is Shandy, and I played on Beartooth Mountains. I teach French, and I currently live in California.
Shandy made so much of an impact on the fans that one YouTube viewer even made a video of her, a video compilation of all her finest moments on the show. And people were very upset when Shandy got out. The episode she got out, people immediately were writing, "Bring Shandy back."
On my first season, I was voted out 5th, which is probably like why most of the people are probably like, Shandy who? Like, who is this person? But I actually had a really great response from the fan community, and somebody even took the time to put together a fan video of me, so that was kind of flattering and creepy all at the same time.
Shandy thinks that she questions whether or not she's worthy enough to be an all-star. She's questioning her ability to succeed in this game. But I think Shandy has all the right tools to win. I think she's in a good spot in the fact that she's not tied to anyone. So I think if Shandy is confident in her skills and how well she can play the game and what a natural she was, I think she can win this game.
Everyone coming in is a better player than they were before, and everyone had something going for them to get back here, so it is really intimidating, but it's also fun.
The high schoolers definitely made an impact on season 3, so we'll be seeing a lot of them back. One of them coming back is, in fact, the winner of Survivor Beartooth Mountains, Kellen.
In the last 2 years, I have graduated high school, senior high. I play soccer, swimming, and tennis, and I was the student body president at my school.
I feel like it is deja vu because Kellen went into his season with a huge target on his back, scheming really early, making alliances really early, and people wanted him out first. But the way the game shaped out and the alliances he was able to make, he made it far enough in the game that he could really maneuver himself to the end. I think going into this season, he's in that exact same spot, if not worse. He's already dealing. He's already scheming. He's making final two promises. And unless he can, pull the same tricks he did last time, Kellen's going to be out of this game very early because people just don't trust him.
I won my season. I'm back here. I'm scared out of my mind, obviously, just because I think I have a huge target on my back, as well as I think the other winners. But I mean, when you think about it, this is the game of all-stars, and I think everyone has a certain level of anxiety and a level of fear that, paranoia sets in, and it's just like, I'm probably going to get voted out really soon.
Kellen has surprised me before, but if I was betting on it, I think we will see Kellen exiting the game very early. Another member of that high school clique was Tyson.
Finished high school, got that over with, gonna go to college. I've been staying active. I don't think most of them know is that I did have surgery on my knee just about 9 months ago, so I'm still affected by that, but I'm gonna try to keep that on the down low.
Tyson comes into the game really with not as much blood on his hands as some of the other high schoolers because he was voted off right at the final three, but I think he has a lot of animosity coming into the game. He was burned by Connor in the end, he was beat by Kellen in the end, so I think Tyson really, he has some fire in his belly that he wants to get some revenge.
Feels great to be back. I'm so glad I have another opportunity to do this again. Great people are here. It's going to be very challenging. We're going to see what's going to go down.
Tyson is a huge physical threat. He did very well in his season as far as challenges go. And he was also a pretty smooth operator when it came to making alliances, and he got the hit immunity out from Cassidy. But Cassidy isn't on this season, so I don't know that people are going to be so easy to hand things over to Tyson. I think Tyson's going to have to be out of his comfort zone a little bit more. But I don't see Tyson going out early. I don't see Tyson winning. I see Tyson making it far in the game and, making the jury and having fun there. Probably the most notorious, crazy exit we ever had from the game was Sigrid. And Sigrid left the game without a single vote cast against her the entire time. The tribal council that she went out, she received 0 votes because she wouldn't, change her vote. So Sigrid definitely, deserved to come back and see what she could do.
Looking back, it happened so fast, and honestly, I probably wasn't thinking things through. But this time, I just really want to prove myself. Get it at least to the merge, and because I feel like I still had a lot good playing left in me. So we'll see what happens, I guess.
What will Sigrid do this game? I'm not entirely sure because at first I didn't think that she really, she was not going to be at the same competitive level as everyone else. I didn't think she wants it bad enough. But as we get closer and closer to starting this game, I'm sensing more and more that she really does want it. And if she finds herself in a good spot where she was last time, and she decides to change her vote, if it's a tie situation, which I would really advise Sigrid to do that, then, Sigrid could win this game easily, because if she gets to that final tribal council, she's very likable, she's good at challenges, she's good socially, so Sigrid might be a dark horse in this competition.
I'm not going to rely on my last alliance with Kellen. I feel like I'd rather not work with someone from my season. I kind of want to go a different route. I feel like that would be a safer route than just sticking with Kellen from last season.
And finally, we can't do All-Stars without the biggest villain we ever had on the show, Connor, Season 3. Connor was a villain. He loved being a villain. He relished it, and I think he's going to come back bigger and better than ever.
Hi, I'm Connor from Beartooth Mountains. I took second, and I am looking to win this time. Other than keeping busy with athletics, I've been playing video games, so I can relate with all the audience members. So vote for me in the top 5.
You would have thought after his game he would have kind of toned down maybe his Survivor cockiness a little bit, but no. Connor still thinks he's the best player that ever played this game. Connor still thinks he's going to beat everyone. Connor thinks everyone's going to be in his back pocket. I actually think Connor is in for a rude awakening, that he's going to find out that he's not going to have Cassidy and Michaela to push around. He's not going to be able to pick who goes every week. So Connor's going to have to play a different game. The question is Connor going to be smart enough to realize that? Because he's a smart kid, and hopefully he'll realize that he needs to change up what he's doing.
Try to be less cocky this season. I was saying I was going to win when I was in the Final Five, 4-3 and 2, and hey, I thought I was going to, but it's Survivor, so I should play. I should play less with some confidence and think a little bit more, I think.
He'd be an easy target to vote off first. I'd vote off Connor first.